What it do? What it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? It's their favorite day of the week for most people. It's Friday. It's Falcon Friday. High Noon Madness. It is your boy, OGBigSam. It's the showstopper. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about a few things today. The franchise may be along sometime or another. We're gonna, talk about Taquan Graham and Kadarius Street's impact and rise in this year's upcoming defense. Uh, we're gonna talk about the physical impact of this running back room in this balanced offense. And we're gonna talk about some special teams, on today. Interestingly enough, you get some jokes write itself. Some points make themselves. Some train wrecks. You know what I'm saying? Just don't necessarily need news. But hey, in all things fashionably football today, we're going to talk about special teams as well as noted. Um, Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everything's going good, wise, safe, and blessed. For everybody out there doing their thing, closing out the weekend, closing out the weekend into the weekend, you know. Um, and well, let's you know, get a little bit, get on into it. Watching, sporting news, what I'm saying, and all things NFL, I came across, news out of the Steel City that mm, Justin Fields will possibly be returning punts on special teams. Mm. Now that's not the kind of news you want to hear when you're trying to, get your life and craft on back on track, or initially for your first time on track. You know what I'm saying, in your career. That's not the kind of thing you want to hear, and you're trying to play quarterback. That you're gonna be returning kicks. Yeah, just some of these jokes make themselves. You know what I'm saying? No justice, no feels. To just saying, it is just unsparingly hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I want to know what you prognosticators and Justin Field apologists think about um, him being mentioned in to the returning kicks and things of that nature. I mean, he's supposed to be a quarterback, right? He was the one that y'all said would come to Atlanta and change life as we know it. You know, uh, at that position. Uh, he is in. They're in discussions of discussing him and putting him on to return kicks. To return kicks. I'm just saying, you're supposed to be a quarterback. You're supposed to be out there throwing. You're supposed to be leading a unit. You've gone from 11 pick in the first round to being discussed in returning punts and kick returns. You cannot make this up.
Ooh, boy.
You can't make this up. These jokes write themselves.
Oh,
You go from possibly calling an audible to making fair catch signals. I'm just saying, you cannot make this fit.
whoa! No, you didn't say that. Not fair catch signals. Oh,
I want to know whether public defenders of one Justin Fields are at this very point in time to
I want
defend
to
this.
know. I want to
I want to
know.
hear y'all defend this. You go from calling audibles to signaling for fair catches. Help me understand. If the Family Dollar deal with a Dollar General discount trade was enough to show y'all to shut up, need I say more? You cannot explain this. You go from signal calling to calling for fair catches. You go from trying to read a defense to trying to read a punt kick return coverage.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
If Hindenburg to the ass returns was a picture, Justin Fields returning punts just did it for you.
Holla Jesus. Holla Jesus.
Justin Fields returning punts.
Oops, my bad.
I mean, where are the lawyers for one Justin Fields at? I would like for y'all to come and give your rebuttals. I got time today. I'd like for y'all to come and defend this. Come and defend this.
Holla Jesus.
Come and defend this. How you go from calling audibles to come making fair catches?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Y'all said this boy would come to Atlanta and change life if we know it at the quarterback position. He can't do that making fair catches for, to return, on special teams. Can't do that on special teams.
Hallelujah.
You can't.
Holla Jesus. Holla Jesus.
If ever a downfall was ever documented, you go from taking your ball and leaving Georgia to now signaling for fair catches on punt and kick returns. In this docuseries, there is no happy ending. No justice, no feels.
How about your favorite content creators? They awfully quiet too. One that said that he would come here and he would just make the Atlanta Falcons that much better. Like like him, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, all these guys, Bijan Robinson. Oh my God, this would be just the best thing in the universe. You guys are stupid if you don't want that. Come to figure out, nobody goddamn want it.
Senator, we're gonna fire one candidate at a time.
OG, how you doing,
we're
sir?
gonna fire one candidate at a time because I got something for them too.
Go ahead, OG.
Yeah, we're gonna fire one candidate at a time because I'm waiting on these lawyers and public defenders to come defend this. I want to hear y'all excuses from audible to fair catch. Help me understand. You cannot make this up.
Now, OG, you know the courts of stupidity are closed, sir.
We heard from the time the clock struck zero on the last game of the season, Justin Fields could come here and change life.
Can I ask a question? May I ask a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hey, content creators, the fielders. What happened?
What? That's what I want to know. Why y'all so quiet? It's news. Look, I got almost 2,500 views off of that video yesterday, and nobody seemed to want to do a live show or a video on the downfall of Justin Fields. Nobody has done that. Y'all made 15 videos in a row about how he's going to be perfect for him. Nobody will put out a tweet. Nobody put on the video.
Nothing. You know what? You know what? I think I know what happened, and this is gonna hurt a lot of feelings.
They burned their subpoenas and chose not to come to court. That's what happened.
Well. I mean, what I'm saying is, I believe the people that didn't show up, that's not talking, to include the Kung Pao niggas that show up in the chat. Y'all wanted Atlanta to lose. That's why you wanted Fields, and it shows. We told you Fields was sorry. Y'all didn't listen. So basically, y'all not real Falcon fans. Because what Falcon fan wants their team to lose? And if you wanted Justin Fields, you wanted us to lose. And this is proof.
Let me run down the list of excuses that have been given since Georgia.
Please do.
Georgia don't like black quarterbacks. Georgia don't like the black man. You see what he did at Ohio State? I saw him throw 3 horrible interceptions against Indiana at Ohio State, but y'all don't want to have that conversation. He gets drafted, number 11 overall pick, and proceeds to drain, pour down, drown, sink the organization known as the Chicago Bulls, because they was a playoff team with Mitchell Trubisky and Knowles. They were a playoff team. They have not sniffed, smelled, touched, or even imagined a playoff spot since they drafted Justin Fields.
Sam, wasn't that the same team that he got right? Know what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Another excuse. What happened?
But don't we have a black quarterback? Don't we have a black quarterback? I could have sworn we just drafted a black quarterback. Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
we did just draft a black quarterback.
I'm sorry. Yes. I'm out of turn. My apologies.
All the excuses that we have heard for this young man, he didn't have any weapons. Well, we signed a 1,000-yard receiving weapon that he had from that very same team that he couldn't make nobody better around. See, you got excuses for y'all said the quarterback's supposed to make everybody around them better. When then actually he did the opposite. I'm just saying.
But didn't they say that Matt Ryan wasn't able to do that all these years he was in Atlanta? I got a question.
I'm
sorry.
Help me understand. Okay, Matt Ryan got coordinators and well, he got guys coordinator jobs, the head coach jobs, contract extensions, paydays. Justin Fields did the opposite. He got coaches fired.
Players cut.
Players cut. But yet, for some reason, some of these people that are of the darker skin in this city seem to believe that he could come here and change life at the quarterback position. How do you go?
Yeah, them bird game motherfuckers are real quiet now. They real quiet. They don't want to talk about it. All them bird game motherfuckers, all them people in the all in the videos, dancing, screaming, hollering, yelling, twerking. Everybody quiet.
Right. Where y'all at now? Where y'all at?
What happened?
They told me their sources say it's a done deal that he's going to be in Atlanta.
Okay.
Hey, Bird Game, what happened? Hey, detractors.
Well, see, since we're talking about sources, we have a source of our own, one named Truth, who's actually associated with the family. So we knew better.
That part.
We knew better.
So I'd have told you.
I mean, while we're on the particular subject, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Hold on. Just stop. And just to do a video and admitting that you are not original, you're not authentic, you are a copy machine. Out of quick copy. Just do yourself that favor and admit that, and things will be a lot better. Because when you continue to walk around these corners, peek around corners, have these little whispering little conversations and say this and say that, but your actions call you a copying punk with no brain and no ability to put anything out that makes of any factual sense. Shitty, stop doing it to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And I sent you a comment, and I said thank you. I'm glad I'm an inspiration to you. You can erase it, but your little crony saw it. All right, stick to original stuff. Some of y'all need to turn in y'all black cards, but yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But,
I'm just gonna give it a quick 30 seconds. Look, man, look. I myself, I've been told many times that, I started a civil war. Okay, well, let me help it end. You stood in front of Flowery Branch talk peace, talk hurt feelings. You stood in front of Flowery Branch and talked togetherness, community. But ever since that day, One-Eyed Weasel, you have done nothing to show anything of any type of grown manness. You have done nothing to talk about being in community. You all sit over there, and I'm talking to the Taco Mac crew. You sit over there and you talk this positivity and peace stuff, but you walk around with your tutus on, you know what I'm saying, trying to have sleep, trying to throw the shit. Stop. Do yourself a favor and understand you are not and never will be on and with and even be able to understand the levels of level. You are not. And I'm speaking from a person that sits in your spot you used to sit in, my guy. Okay?
Well,
Stop. Because let's get to the truth, and the bottom of this is you're sitting there looking like how this little light-skinned Negro over here doing me better than I would do. And yeah, because I know what lane to stay in, my guy. Find something safe to do. Like eating more you might want to try Taco Pete instead of Taco Mac. That might help you. Stop, bro. Y'all getting your feelings when ain't nobody get. You don't want this type of attention. Stop, please and thank you. Now moving on to the next topic.
And some of y'all in that crew ain't tall enough to talk to have a conversation with us. Not even with a high chair.
How about that?
We're going to move on to Taquan Graham and Kentavius Street's impact on this defense and taking a step
Kentavius, motherfucker, ain't no goddamn Kentavius.
Kentavius, damn it, his name is Street.
That boy Street good.
That boy good.
Now, I chose this because I think that these two will be synonymous, if you will, with their impact and with where I feel that especially Taquan, taking a step forward, a step back into the trend that he was on before the injury. Street as well, a lot of people do a lot of talking about, this, getting Grady's succession plan in order. I think we fulfilled that by signing Street. I really do. A lot of people forget that this young man, I use those words clearly, young man, because he is young. I think these two youngins are, if Street stays on what he was on when he first got here, and Taquan gets back to where he was before the injury, I think these two Swiss Army knife bookends, if you will, impact will be surprisingly strong. And Senator, I would like to know your thoughts on this matter.
As far as just those two is concerned?
Yeah.
Well, my opinion may be a little bit unpopular. I think Kentavius, just based on his physical stature, he has an uphill climb. And I mean by that because I've been studying everything that Raheem's been saying, and he prefers guys with the length and size. So he has an uphill climb. However, his production on the field signifies that he definitely needs to stay. That's been the thing with him in Philadelphia. He was one of those guys. I believe he got like 5 to 8 sacks somewhere in there when he was with Philadelphia in the season. So he's a productive pass rusher. The thing is, physically, most coaches are looking for an excuse to get rid of him. So he has an uphill climb. Let's not try to pretend like it's not. He has an uphill climb. Terrific player. He filled in perfectly for Grady Jarrett. He had an unfortunate shoulder injury, and he really couldn't, play to the level that we've seen him play. So as far as that's concerned, I think he definitely is a veteran that needs to be he needs to be taken seriously as far as I'm concerned. Not only by the coaches, by the fans. Like the dude is a baller. Taquan Graham, in my opinion, man, I think he's a ticking time bomb. I think he's out of here. I just don't believe that he's had incredible, and I mean incredible, consistency issues. He looks good for 1 week, and then he looks like a Pro Bowl, and then he looks like he don't need to be on the goddamn playground. All right, so my thing with him, consistency is where focus on with Taquan Graham. He has the ability, but um he keep disappearing. You know, like Houdini, he gonna be cut real fast.
Franchise, what's your take on it?
Well, I'm gonna veer a little bit to the left. I'm gonna say that injury that Taquan is coming back from is like an eye opener to him, and he's gonna come back in full force this year because he knows that we brought in all this depth behind him that he knows that you gonna lose your job if you keep fucking up. And then Street, I- he's gonna be a vital part of this pass rush, uh, especially getting pressure on the quarterback. That's that's the number one thing that we have to be focusing on. It's not just sacks; it's pressure. Making that quarterback get uncomfortable in the pocket. That's one thing that this whole defensive unit is good at. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. All right. First round of thoughts on that. I'm gonna say good afternoon to everyone, ladies and gents, usuals and newcomers alike. You know what I'm saying? Smooth. What's happening? Georgia, Texas boy, Kirsty, Auntie, Sonya. Hi, how y'all doing? Ghost Peppers, what's good? Mucho Grande, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening to everybody? What's happening to everybody? What's happening to everybody? Well, that gives, what I'm saying, interest and intrigue to, if you didn't have any, clear perspectives of, what I'm saying, the reality of these two young men. Um, I, I see where Mike coming from with Taquan as far as the consistency goes, what I'm saying, and it's well, documented and understood. I just felt like he was, starting to trend in a real good direction, and weeks prior to the injury. And I, was thinking and hoping, that he could get back to that trend. Um, and Street could be looked at as an uphill climb, but like Mike also noted, his production, what I'm saying, kind of opens your eyes at him when he's on the field. So hey, it's going to be an interesting watch. It's going to be an interesting grind. It's going to be an interesting dogfight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real to see, what I'm saying, how these young bulls, what I'm saying, prosper, fight through, deal with the adversity, what I'm saying, to get into a particular level, and trying to, feel their spot, what I'm saying, on this unit. um, well, I still think that with the outcome of the draft and what I'm saying, and the amount of meat and man that is standing in this defensive line locker room at this particular point, um, we gonna be some bullies.
Yeah.
I think y'all gonna have y'all gonna get tired of Mad Mike, what I'm saying, this season, because we gonna be some bullies. Dirty Bird D gonna be some bullies.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Sam, we got the beats.
I think that and that's what I mean by it's like this Falcons team is looking for ways to get rid of people because the
Mm,
thing the Falcons don't want to pay guys that's not theirs. So if you're not their guy, if you're not a homegrown guy, you pretty much out of here. So if you or came in on a 1 year deal, you got to prove to them you deserve a 2 3 year contract. They're not giving out money like that anymore. I keep telling people this: the people that they drafted, the people that they personally put in as like even undrafted free agent. If you came in here, Atlanta Falcons, most likely you're going to stay. But they're looking for reasons to get rid of guys to bring somebody in there who can put up the production. I hear this saying at AFN, and I say this shit all the time, and they know I'm serious when I say this shit. You ain't gonna embarrass me. You not gonna embarrass me. You're not gonna put AFN in any type of um in any type of situation where you question whether or not we're being genuine or whatever the case may be, or we know what we're talking about. I don't give a damn about nobody, uncle, cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin, fifth cousin that knows Justin Fields' daddy, uncle, grandmama, sister, girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't give nothing about none of that. If it's not a legit and well researched project, you're not going to be a part of that. I want to see proof. We're not going to put ourselves in jeopardy. And this is exactly how the Atlanta Falcons think. They're not going to put their reputation in jeopardy because you might could possibly one day be something. Either you something or you not. So that's why I'm saying a guy like Taquan Graham, even though I think he definitely has that potential to be a good quarterback, Falcons don't care nothing about that. They do not give a damn about what you quite possibly be. If that was the case, Des Rudd would still be here. If that was the case, a whole lot of people would have been. If that's the case, the Falcons would have traded for Justin Field. They don't give a damn about know what you could possibly be one day. They don't give a damn. Either you step up or you don't, or your ass is gone.
yes, yes, and yes. Yes. Fix now, win now, develop now.
Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. Ain't we been looking for this for some time? And, like we've been labeled as soft, and we always try to do right by people.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't we
Mm-hmm.
looking for
Yes.
what we've been looking
Yes. Yes. See, that's the point I was trying to make last week, and I'm like, okay, we have a veteran quarterback, we have our future. We went out and pretty much outside of two picks, the damn draft was all defense.
Oh,
Here's the irony of this thing now. The Falcons are coming in and putting defense first, and the rest of the league is looking around like, what in the entire fuck is going on over? No, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a regime that is gotten up in here that knows it, that gets it. You know what I'm saying? And know and again, Raheem Morris was a part of two coaching staffs that held up the Lombardi Trophy at the end. He was part of two coaching
yeah.
staffs and two very good defense.
hmm
So we understand what
Everywhere
it
that
takes
man
to
has
get
been,
back.
there's been a good defense. Okay, everywhere Raheem Morris has been, there has been a good to great defense. And
Uh-huh.
the mere fact that you people are out here literally finding stuff to complain about, I mean, yeah, it's like a baby laying in a pool of milk and they're hollering, I'm thirsty.
I would like to swim in a swimming pool and drink some.
Right. Mhm. Yes. You know, if you could get the color issues out of your eyes, if you could get and pour in the fundamental nuances of the game of football into your brain, and let it marinate, it will be easy for you to understand what we have been trying to tell you all for the last 3 days. We're in a position. Win now, fix now, develop now. It is, you cannot ignore the moves. You cannot ignore the decisions that are being made that scream a championship mindset. Therapist, you want to put some of these people on the couch?
Ain't no couch. I'm gonna just put them on the floor. Sam, what have I always said? What do I say to you guys? It's not your job to understand stupid. It's not. It's not. It's not. Y'all have been begging for a black quarterback, and you got one.
Yes.
But that wasn't enough. Y'all have been begging for a defense, and the good one. Now you got pieces, and you ain't happy. Y'all have been begging for player development for so long. They're doing it, and now you're not happy. I mean, at this point in time, you might well take a look in the mirror and say, "Are you really happy with yourself?" Because it might be a little bit deeper than the Falcons if you ask for everything, gotten everything, and you're still not happy. You might want to do a self check. Because and if you listen to these analysts who are either on the fence or on the floor, none of them really got it concise. None of them all agree. Some say we're doing right. The ones that trashed us, then the ones that were with us are now trashing us. I mean, you can't even make it make sense at this point.
And yes, that is true. Now, Senator, could you give your mind thought on this particular comment right here?
So a comment the other day on AFN show that said that because we didn't pick an edge guy in the first round, none of our picks were any good. I mean, this is where I say crack babies and heroin addicts need to make sure that they get their kids some of the best help possible. If you need this is just the most dumbest. We literally praise a guy who was a 7th round pick. We literally praise a guy that's a 7th round pick today and yesterday. Tom Brady, Brock Purdy. We praising these guys for being what? 7th round picks. Mr. Irrelevant. We praise these guys. Say he's the greatest of all time. And you trying to tell me with a straight face that because we didn't get a guy in the first round, we literally benefit from a guy that's a fucking undrafted free agent and Jesse Tuggle. Like, I mean, not just Tuggle, but goddamn, a 5th round pick. That's what I meant. 5th round pick with Grady Jarrett. He's one of the greatest, if not the most potent pass versus complete defensive tackles in the league. And we sitting up here with a straight face and say because we didn't have a 1st rounder, it doesn't mean anything. We literally just saw, a great quarterback in college, and Tim Tebow, one of the greatest players in college football history. Nobody can argue what he did in college. Those guys' team was absolutely amazing. And guess what the fuck happened? He was drafted in the 1st round, and he ended up being out of the damn league in less than 3 years. Okay. So don't tell me that shit. All right. Furthermore, I can expand on this just a little bit more to make it a little bit more reason because I feel like being quote unquote what y'all call that petty. Yeah, petty. The guy we refresh my memory, guys. He went to the University of Georgia. He went to Ohio State because he couldn't beat out the guy who had the Jake from what's that commercial?
State Farm.
You mean the guy that's a 3rd string and practice squad quarterback currently in the NFL, Jake Fromm?
Yeah. State Farm. Yeah, State Farm.
State from. So you're trying to tell me that because we didn't get a first round pick, that none of the other players, Deion Jones is another guy, is a second round pick. Okay, he been from. He a Pro Bowl linebacker. So like some of you people, I implore you to just go to the doctor. Just ask the doctor for blood tests. Just see if you're okay. Because I don't think you're okay. Just ask for a blood test. Just get a checkup and say, all right, I may mentally be out of it. All right, I don't know. Because some of these questions, some of these comments, I don't think you're okay. I really don't think you're okay.
I got a newsflash, guys. I got something for you. I am selling bottles of common sense for $12.99. Yes, bottles of common sense for $12.99. You can get it in the back office, just as Mad Mike or OG for subscriptions.
No.
Bottles of common sense. The therapist is selling bottles of common sense for $12.99.
They ain't gonna fly. They don't want it.
They don't like read, so I know they ain't gonna read the bottle.
And they're Kool-Aid flavor. No, they ain't got to read the bottle. I do them like Flintstone vitamins. They're Kool-Aid flavored. You don't have to read it. It just tastes good.
Oh, here the coochie right here, but it doesn't feel. He doesn't feel. That's what he's the first one on them showed up. There's probably more in there, but they probably don't want to comment on that situation.
Yes, and yes. Well, so speaking of fifth round picks, Tyler Algier is fifth round pick.
Ooh, you don't say.
Yes.
Oh wow.
He's a 1,000-yard back, if I'm not mistaken. It was a fifth round pick.
Indubitably.
Yes.
He might.
Yeah. Who could him and the two other gentlemen that's now in that running back room could have some, strong physical impact on this balanced offense? Because I think that's going to be the counter, the surprising, but yet not surprising counter to this passing attack that is going to kind of sort of rip a few people a new one this coming season. I think that a lot of people are kind of sort of being distracted a little bit of, the other now new quarterback named Michael in here. And people are forgetting some very, very stringent things that are going on in the construction of this here particular offense. Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, and what's the new young man name that we picked in the 6th round from Alabama?
Jace McClellan.
Yeah.
Yes, that young man. Ladies and gentlemen of the NFC, you do have a train wreck problem. You have a train wreck problem. This running back room is going to produce, and I'm calling it, this is the one thing that I am going to call. This running back room is going to produce 2,500 yards.
You will be right, OG. And I've said this many times.
It could happen.
Yeah.
And wait for it. Over the top with the icing on the cake, all purpose, it's going to be 35. So that's going to give you an idea. It's going to look like we're, airing, but when in all actually, it's going to be disguised as ground and pound. Now, Therapist, you seem to be itching to get into this. Tell us what you think. Tell us
That's an
what you think.
understatement.
Oh,
That's an
gee,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this topic up because I was sort of crucified for this, but I told y'all that we were going more towards air raid, and even Mike confirmed it. But I noticed that nobody really paid attention to the fact that we did not get rid of Tyler Algier, which, aka, he is the human battering ram,
All gears.
all
and
gears.
and the fact that we are not getting rid of him and building with the running back room
Mm-hmm.
leads me to believe that they're going to air it out, in my opinion, more so closer between 20 and the red zone. Why? Because we have an OC coach that knows how to pass in the end zone and get touchdowns. And we have a veteran quarterback who you saw on film throwing the ball that knows how to throw players open. The run game is just to give him a break. That's it. That's it. Because who do you stop? It takes a whole offense. It takes a whole defensive line to stop Tyler Algier when he gets going. Bijan
Yeah.
Robinson,
Mm-hmm.
Bijan Robinson, if you have any ankles left after he shakes you, you
Mm,
might be able to stop him because unless you stop him at the line of scrimmage, good luck with that.
it's over.
Yeah.
Mm,
You're gonna see Bijan Robinson lined up in the slot taking wide receiver screens at least 10 times this upcoming season.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So what that does in actuality for all the NFL teams out there that want to blitz because Kirk Cousins has a previous ankle injury, let me clue you to something. The run game is going to prevent that. The run game is designed to keep our quarterback upright and our O-line in maul position so that they don't get tired going backwards when we have to throw. So what you're going to see, and another thing y'all asked for is a balanced offense.
Hmm.
Yeah, I said it. Balanced offense. Say it with me. Balance.
Balance.
Balance
Balance.
Balance.
is
Balance.
the key.
It
Balance is
sounds
the
so
key.
peaceful when you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what does a balanced offense help do, Sam, in the
Eat
season?
clock.
Yes.
Eat clock. Shorten the games. Take away possessions from the opposing offense.
And Senator, does not a off balanced offense help win championships?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's a well, the reason why I don't think there's a chance in hell for the Falcon to rush for 2,500 yards together is because I and Sam gonna hate me when I say this. They're trying to make they're going to make Kyle Pitts the center of attention in this offense.
Oh, not him. That's disrespectful.
I don't think there's a chance in hell that we run the ball that much. Not that I'm not saying that we're going to negate, but I think it's definitely going to be close to 2,000 yards rushing. I honestly believe that. Um, but yeah, it's the running back room definitely has the capability of having two guys with nearly or if 1,000 yards. I totally believe that. The thing is it depends on who's that quarterback. If you have for whatever reason Kirk Cousins go down, you know, I don't think there's a chance in hell that both of those guys are going to receive anything less than 15 carries a game. Especially if Kirk Cousins, if, if he's there, oh, they gonna throw that rock. I don't think you spend $40 million on a quarterback, $90 million, excuse me, $90 million on a quarterback, and he's not throwing that ball. I think Arthur, they're gonna feel justified in doing so. But the thing about this offense that they have on their side, Sam,
Mm-hmm.
how the fuck you say opportunistic defense that gets
Yeah.
turnovers. Got guys that
Mm-hmm.
if they get turnovers, 2,500 becomes doable. But if they don't get turnovers, yeah, we're gonna have an offense that runs the ball a little bit more. I mean,
Mike.
we're gonna have an offense.
Johnson and Claire,
Now,
you are dead on the head because that's what I've been thinking about.
But
That's what I've been thinking about.
now,
there's
now,
so
Mike.
many weapons on that side. That's why I'm like 2,500. I don't know, but 2,000 I know for sure because it's so many. It's so many weapons in that backfield. There's so many weapons on them in the passing game, and they're going out their way to make sure that Kyle Pitts returns for them. So it's like I think this offense is going to be predicated, just like solely predicated. And I'm not saying Bijan Robinson is not going to be a focal point of this offense, but I really believe that the Falcons are going to turn this team into what it should have been. It should have been a Kyle. It should have been a Kyle Pitts. Anytime you see every team that has a tight end as the focal point of the offense, they always have a balanced attack and they always in the top 10 in scoring. So they're going to make this shit the Kyle Pitts show. All these Bijan.
Let me ask this question then. Let me ask this question. Because I've said it myself, and we've said this about Kyle Pitts, returning to a certain particular form, and that form is that he had a veteran quarterback that could hide his deficiencies. Is that necessarily a good thing?
Oh, it's see every young.
And what I mean by it being, is it a good thing? I mean, does that hinder? Does that make it where it causes shortcomings for him to, evolve? And
you ain't got to talk no more. I got this. I already know where you look. Just trust me on this. Every young wide receiver goes through this. This is not uncommon. The thing is with the Atlanta Falcons that a lot of young receivers never had is they didn't have other great wide receivers. All right, Roddy had Joe Horn. Julio had Tony Gonzalez, and he had Roddy. So like these guys, Calvin Ridley had Julio. He had these guys. So every wide receiver has always had, especially with this team, we've always had a predecessor. We always had a plan in place to replace that next great wide receiver. Kyle Pitts has never had that. That bitch Quinteros, he don't even deserve to be called Julio. That bitch Quinteros, he whined, he cried, and he left Calvin Ridley. I'ma just be real about that. That's why Calvin Ridley kind of went down. Julio pulled a bitch move.
That is facts.
He didn't want to be outshined by Calvin Ridley because Calvin Ridley they were priming him to be the predecessor to Julio Jones. Julio Jones said, "Fuck y'all, I'm not training nobody. Fuck you, Calvin Ridley, I'm gone." And this is screwed up the process of the Falcons having a predecessor. So what the Falcons did is go out, got to get a veteran quarterback in order to teach Kyle. So if you look at every great wide receiver that's ever been, it's always had they go back to Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice had Joe Montana. I think Joe Montana was he was in the league, a good 4 or 5 years before Jerry got there. So if you look at every wide receiver, they've always had a veteran quarterback to help teach them. This is not Kyle Pitts taking a step back is not a punishment. It's not bad on him. But the thing is, he can still get back to form because you got a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins. It's like, all right, this is what you're good at, Kyle. Work on this. You just do this, I'm going to get the ball to you. Kyle Pitts, just like every other receiver, you look at Miss Thing, Odell Beckham Jr., who signed with he signed with Baltimore. It failed, but you saw when he signed you see where he going to Miami. He going to Miami because that's a quarterback that's been in the league. He knows what he is, and this is exactly what Kyle needs. Kyle needs a quarterback that knows what he's doing. He knows all into these wide receivers' hands, these tight ends' hands, and that's what Kyle Pitts. So it's not this is not one of these instances where I say, all right, Kyle, this is really clearly what it is. And you got a dumbass head coach that don't know how to get. You got a dumbass offensive coordinator I know how to get him the ball. We've been like parents told us from the very beginning. I kind of withheld that information for y'all, the fans. But Terrence told us from the very beginning that the problem with the Atlanta Falcons wasn't the fact that Arthur wasn't a good coach. The problem with Arthur Smith is that he had no fucking clue on how to build a passing game. That's it. And that's easy. This is where a guy like Raheem Morris is so. That's why I'm excited about him because he's willing to bring in somebody who knows what the fuck they doing. So it's the ego that got Arthur Smith fired. He knew he wasn't good enough to put the pass game together. He was experimenting out there. And that's what fucked up Kyle. That's what fucked up Kyle.
Franchise, what's your take?
I agree with Mike. What he's saying. Like every young player needs that veteran behind them to teach them what to do, what not to do, how to run this route, how you know, don't don't lead yourself into danger while you running across the middle, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you got to know how to, okay, let me slow down if I'm in a zone, so I won't, make my quarterback throw me into this other defender, or something like that. Like you got to know how to interpret these things as a young receiver. And what better teacher is there than a veteran quarterback that has done it for 10 plus years?
Exactly. That's
Yep.
right on. That's
Yep.
right on.
Because guess what happens on the field? Veteran quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins says, "Okay, Drake, I know where you want the ball." Drake said, "I like catching it over this way." Pitts, where you like the ball? Hey man, I like this right here. All he's gonna do is watch him get to that point and give it to him. That's it. They don't really have to do a lot of thinking with a veteran quarterback. They got to know what route they running, and that's it. He gonna make it happen. And
You
this is
know,
why we keep telling y'all. A lot of the problems that a lot of the guys had too, Ritter wasn't able to throw them guys open. If you watch Mahomes or any other top quarterbacks, they know how to throw their guys open.
you know what's funny that you said that because it brought me to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had a statement in his press conference, and he thanked Alex Mack and Todd McClure for helping him. One of the things
Hmm.
Mhm.
is that
Yep.
as a quarterback, that what a lot of people don't understand is you have to know everybody's job. You have to know
Yep.
everybody's job, and the thing that made him that much of a better quarterback is that he had centers that could think for him. He didn't have to worry about coverage. He didn't have to worry about whether this guy's blitzing or whatnot. All he had to do, call the play, get to the line, let Alice Mack, let Mud Duck make the calls, and he just delivered the football. See, this is what young quarterbacks, this is where they struggle. And this is why Justin Fields ass and Wilson and Lance and all these guys, they out of league is because they don't know how to make those calls. They don't know how to do this and do their job at the same time. Multitasking in NFL is something that you have to have as a quarterback. You have to have the ability to multitask, to be the offensive coordinator on the field, to make those calls when things go haywire. You got to be able to motivate your players or sit there, cuss them out, sit them on the bench and say, "Hey, coach, he ain't catching the damn ball. Sit him on the fucking bench. I don't want to throw to him." Like, you got to have all these qualities as a quarterback. And if your quarterback is a fucking punk and he's snitching on motherfuckers and snitching on his head, okay, that's not helping the team whatsoever. So when you got a veteran quarterback like a Brown and a Kirk Cousins, this is why Raheem said, "All right, it's up to you to see and learn what Kirk Cousins is doing. He needs to see it first. Everything that goes into what it being a starting quarterback is. So this is why I am high on Junebug. Okay, I'm high on June. He has a veteran quarterback. He has a veteran quarterback. The same thing happened to Mike Vick. Mike Vick started out great because he had a veteran quarterback. What the Falcons went wrong is they went young. Instead of bringing in somebody with a veteran background, they drafted Matt Shaw. And Matt Shaw was a damn good backup quarterback. The problem with
Yep.
that is he was just as young as Mike Vick. So it didn't work. So if you look at every successful quarterback, every successful quarterback, you'll see they always have a veteran quarterback under them, and they always have a quarterback or offense coordinator that knows how to teach them the quarterback position. When you see anything that's absent of that, I can promise you all of them fail.
Yes, 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 and yes.
So
Um,
Sam been begging me to do the coaching the quarterback, so I just had to do that for him.
yeah, yeah, yes. I thank you. Finally, about damn time. Yeah. Um, um, my opinion, my perception of Kyle Pitts is duly noted and well documented. Um, I'm looking for. I'll put it in this nature, okay? Because I notice when a lot of people talk about Kyle Pitts, they keep using the term receiver. All right. Um, this young man is 6'6", 250 pounds. He has to learn how to do tight end things. And I promise you, the first time I see him deterred by something 5'9", 5'10",
That has never happened though, Sam. Like the thing is too, I know where you're going.
okay.
It never happened where he's deterred. The thing is with Kyle Pitts, he was never taught properly to begin with.
And
They
that's
said,
also part of my point too.
yeah, they threw him at they just saw a hell of an athlete and just say, all right, go play wide receiver. But he didn't really run any routes in Florida. Like and it's like
Yeah, and I've said that Florida did him no favors. I've said that. I've repeatedly said that.
yeah, you should. And that's why I'm very harsh on him, but at the same time I know he hasn't had the proper toolage that he needs, and this is probably the main reason why Arthur and David gone. And you see David gone, I don't even know if he have a job. So
I
my
haven't
bad.
heard that he had.
You that therapist, you back?
Yeah, I hit a bad spot.
Yeah. Speak on that real quick. Hold on.
Okay. What were you saying now? Because I missed out.
He so he was talking
Well, he
about
was telling the thoughts on
On who?
Kyle Pitts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, Kyle Pitts. Listen, I'm I'm giving him a synonymous take with Kelsey, and the reason being because Kyle ain't even reached his full potential yet. Not in this offense, he hasn't. And the simple fact, like you said, him starting off being behind a veteran quarterback like Matt Ryan, I believe his play got lost in translation once that switched over. And to include the injury, that kind of helped. That helped messed him up. It messed up his confidence and it messed up his focus because I believe most of these games he was frustrated. And having that veteran presence is going to do. But now him having Kirk Cousins, his game is going to bounce because, like I said, you got a quarterback that understands how to throw guys open and know what they like. And
Well, he
I'm
also
willing to
has a
bet.
pretty well documented tight ends coach at his disposal as well. Look, there are a lot of factors in this situation with
Nice.
him where he it is success or bust at this point because there's too many things lined up for him not to be successful.
Right.
So
But you know what, too? I believe, like I said, I believe they're going to use him. He may be used in the red zone quite a bit, too. Because if you look at the way he played at Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Look at how he got his touchdowns at Florida. If you go
Yeah.
back and look at when we drafted him, look at the film of him playing in Florida. They are going to go back and study that film and say, Kyle, this was what you were good at. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to set it up. Kirk already knows what to do, and they going to make it happen. Because what that tight ends coach is going to teach him how to do, what she started to, get at the end of this season, is use your body. Bruh, who going to stop you from catching the ball?
Right.
They gonna damn near have to assault you in order to stop you from catching the ball. And once they really get him dialed in on using his body, that stuff we saw with them little safeties and little corners knocking the ball out of his hand, that won't be a thing at all. You won't even see that. And I attribute that to him having a rookie quarterback and stuff like that throwing to him. Because a veteran quarterback gonna throw it up where Kyle can get it. So those say if you anything shorter than maybe 6'3", you're not a factor for Kyle Pitts, because you're not gonna be able to jump high enough to get the ball.
The thing is, Kyle too, what you were saying once, like Kyle is such a phenomenal athlete. I mean, I'm gonna just eliminate the athlete part, but he's just a natural ball catcher. Paul, but he simple thing look easy. You know what I'm saying? You can throw that shit off his shoelaces and somehow he'll pick that shit up. So the thing is with a guy like Kirk Cousins and the importance of having a guy like that, he doesn't think. A guy like Desmond Ritter, for example, is that he's so focused on not making a mistake.
Yeah.
He doesn't let it rip. We always say, if you hear that term, let it rip, you onto a quarterback to just like, once he come out of that drop, when he's dropped that last foot down, if a 3-step drop, round on that third, that shit need to be coming out. You need to be doing exactly what you need to do and let it fucking rip. You saw a lot of times where Desmond Ritter and a lot of people, and this is where I have a major problem with anybody that says that Caleb McGarry is a bad tackle. A lot of the times it'd be the quarterback holding on to the damn ball too long that makes the offensive line look much worse than what they actually are. So I got a major problem with that. And I can literally put this shit on film where I saw Desmond Ritter holding the ball after 3 seconds. No quarterback holding the ball longer than 3 seconds while they stand in the pocket. Okay? That is a huge tell. No quarterback, and listen when I'm saying this, no quarterback should be holding the ball longer than 3 seconds without letting it go, especially if there's guys that's closing in on them. Now, if you got a quarterback that holding the ball for 3 seconds, obviously it's good protection, but any quarterback, they always teach you, get that shit under 3 seconds. Get that ball out of your hands in 3 seconds. And a lot of times you saw Desmond holding on to the ball because as a quarterback, he's thinking too much. And this is why K Styles and Warren and everybody else said he's doing too damn much. Just let it rip. Stop thinking. See the target. Go. I don't care if it's your 4th or 5th guy. Let it rip. Let it rip because it helps out the team in its entirety. And this is why a guy like Brock Purdy got chances. He got it because he didn't think. He did exactly what Kyle take his shit in hand, told him to do. Let it rip.
Yeah, because holding on to the ball, you wear that offensive line down, and the worst thing in the world is to have a tired offensive line to where now they can take shots at your quarterback, especially if they have been injured. So what you're going to see with this offense is they're going to make sure they already know Kirk can get the ball out. If you watch the film, he throwing that with absolute disrespect. And I love it.
We just saw it.
On the field, you're going to see that.
All great quarterbacks, they have that one quality of letting it go. They see a target, they take 2-3 steps, and they let it go. I can promise you, if you go look at Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Matt Ryan film, you'll see them do the exact same. And I want everybody to go and count too. Once you see outside of a play action is a little bit longer. All right, it's a little bit longer. Sometimes a play action, you got play action that that designed to get the ball out quick, and then but most play actions, those plays are designed to kind of give you a little bit more time, rollouts and stuff there. So it might take a over 3 to about 5 seconds with the play action, but typically play action it should be around in the pocket. It should be around the same thing, about 2 to 3 seconds. But most rollouts take about 5 seconds. But
You know
I
what
know I'm
else?
probably in the motherfucker. I know I'm getting technical. I hope y'all with me.
You
Let me know if y'all understand what I'm saying.
you know what else, Mike? When a quarterback is starting to get it, the wide receiver is not even out his break yet, and the ball is already there. That's how you
Yeah,
know that they got uh, communication and they are on the same page.
extremely, extremely facts and deliberation on the quarterback topic.
Hey, OG.
Well.
Let me drop one more gem that people not paying attention to. When we
Yes, sir.
criticize the man that shall not be named for not being able to elevate your players, let me tell you how they do this. You
Hmm.
got Kirk Cousins, right? When you got a quarterback like him that can throw players open, that can make decisive decisions, that can get that ball out in less than 3 seconds, guess what that does? That allows the players, the weapons, whomever you have on the field, that allows them to get to the top of their routes. The timing looks good and everything. That makes them better as players because why? Now they can showcase who they are and what they do, and it makes them better as far as the eyes of the team, eyes of the NFL, and it gives them numbers. And that in
Well,
itself is what helps elevate everybody on the team outside of, them being a leader. Because now you give them the flexibility and the freedom to be themselves on the field. When you hold the ball and you do all this other stuff, now players got to adjust outside of their natural rhythm to compensate for you being gun shy.
this is about because I played one DB quarterback and wide receiver. So the thing is too, what the wide receivers become a little bit more uptight. But because now wide receivers can't pussyfoot around and not get their head around and stuff like that because they don't know if they're gonna get the ball. With a guy like Kirk Cousins, you gotta always be on your A game because again, he was no quarterback that's gonna let that shit rip. You ain't got time to think. So once you come out of your break, you better be looking
Better
that
be.
ball right in the fucking face. So
Yep.
this is a good thing about having a guy like Kirk Cousins. It's gonna up our wide receiver room just based off that, right? As a wide receiver, they touch you, they tell you once you ever seen that video? I think we all seen that video where he was talking to Tony Gonzalez. He said, "Don't pussyfoot around. Get to your spot.
Hmm.
Right.
Be there."
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. Wide
Yep.
receiver tight ends are taught to get to their spot, don't put some foot around, and get their head around. You're supposed to get your head around first. So if you see most quarterbacks, especially a lot of quarterbacks on the sideline, you see a lot of those guys on the sideline, those timer routes. So that's a little bit different with those fading timer routes on the sideline. So those are a little bit different, but you in the middle of the field, especially you running a slant or dig route, you see Julio Jones. Julio Jones is a perfect example of getting your head. Roddy White, a perfect example of getting your head around. T.O., all those guys, a perfect example of getting your head around quick. Once you get at the top of your route, your head's supposed to be around. So we see a lot of times with guys like uh, especially Calvin Ridley, where he's going across the middle, he's so focused on the safety, he's not getting his head around, and then that's why Matt Ryan and a lot of quarterbacks end up throwing the interceptions in the middle of the field because those wide receivers not getting their head around quick. So again, this is why time and understanding is like you don't pussyfoot around as wide receivers. Your ass will get benched if you pussyfoot around.
And this is true. And this is true. And it is also true. Seven sports gaming out of witness protection for the second day in a row. What's happening? What's happening? Hey, oh man. Well, look, that is your high noon madness, fully subsidized with appetizers of, what I'm saying, good info, clapbacks, quick slaps, and choke slams of dire need of authenticity. And with that being said, I hope that y'all got your, your full on your and your nutritionist info. It's Friday, y'all. Weekend time. You know what I'm saying?
It is
You
right.
know, but I'm still waiting for you lawyers and public defenders of Justin Fields to come explain the all to fair catch
you
movement going
you
on.
still gonna be you
Oh,
still gonna be waiting, Sam.
he came
What
in.
happened?
What
What happened?
happened?
Yeah, John. He came in and left. Yeah, he didn't want to have a conversation. He came in and left. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, yeah.
who,
He's getting that nice hot bowl of Kung Pao right about now.
who?
Josh,
Oh,
excuse me.
Oh,
Gillum.
he had a quick nip and went missing again. He went back on the milk carton.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. You know that's usually what they do.
You know, you know. Hey, look, man, look. From calling audibles to signaling for fair catch, you can't make this up. Um, you got some good information on this defense. You got good information on Kirk Cousins. You got good information on this team. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to process it, digest it, and learn from it.
Mm.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Because we're gonna continue to feed you. You know what I'm
John,
saying?
John,
Look,
stupid.
I think we got a couple other things going on tonight. Senator, what's on the docket for the alliance tonight?
I'm sitting in the passenger seat. You talking to the wrong person. It's
Uh,
Friday. It's the end game.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
therapist.
fine. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, excuse me, I was just pulling out couches, man. Look, man. Yeah. All
well,
right.
well, everybody, look, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the ATL Sports in game tonight. Sam, you're gonna like this one. On topic, we're gonna be just doing a quick review of the draft, and it is NFL Flashback Friday. We will be addressing and going over the Grits Blitz and how it played out and how it was, utilized by the Chicago Bears. Oh, yes, there's going to be some truth being
Hmm.
had. And we are going to address the culture. So y'all
Mm.
stay tuned. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to OG Mad Mike Sports, and make sure you check out the Therapist ATL 78 on YouTube, and make sure you do not miss the show tonight. It's going on at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh,
OG.
by the way, what I'm gonna do again, man, help tell everybody if they want a free hat, a free something, Atlanta Falcons gear, help your boy get to 10K. I'm giving out something. Don't know exactly what I'm gonna give out, but we're gonna give out some stuff once we get to 10K. Right now, if I believe it's 498 away from that at Mad Mike Sports. That's the group that I set out from the very beginning. So this accomplishment means everything to me. Uh, my mom passed away before I could get to this goal, so it means a hell of a lot to me. This goal means more to me than anything. I don't think I understand what this particular goal. So 10K, that's my goal. I said I was gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, but it's with y'all help. So
Yes. Yes. I need 55 to get to 200. I'm just saying, just putting
you,
that
you,
out there.
you
Oh, Auntie said she would love to be on, on that show tonight.
Auntie, don't worry about you. I got you. I'll send you the link. Come on, because I know it's gonna be a good show. So, like I said, just stay tuned. We got something for everybody.
Yes. Looky here. Hey, Falcon fans, Dirty Bird lovers. Yep. Another High Noon Madness is in the books. Like I always say, you got to keep it real. You got to keep it dirty. You got to keep it A. And most importantly, you got to keep it real with yourself. You know, man, look, I'm going to say this just a quick quip. Y'all out here, you know what I'm saying, scribbling and squabbling on something you ain't got no control over. We've been doing this Falcon thing. We just moving on to bigger and better things. You know, when you find yourself looking in the mirror and just realize you're fighting over second to last place, find something
Ooh,
new to do. And with that being said, this has been a representation of the Alliance, the conglomerate, OGN TV, represented by Mad Mike Network, Therapist ATL, the franchise, both sides of the line, coming at you. Falcon Friday High Noon Madness is out, y'all.
later.
Peace.